So over here we're doing a bit of a modified pogo jumps. Pogo jumps is where we land on our heel and we try to go up vertically. There are many variations of it, but main point of it is a lot of times to use for sprinting or improving sprint timing. But here we are trying to basically land and then immediately bounce off and go as far as we can. Okay, so the key here is that when we jump off, it can be a huge jump off the thing, off the elevation, or it can just be a little tip off the elevation. So as you see here, I just aim to drop off and then I jump quickly immediately ahead. So really, in the end of the day, whether you want to leap off the elevation or you just want to tip off and just land lightly on below the ground from the elevation is up to you. The main point is that after you land on the ground, you do not want to land fully. You immediately bounce off further away. Now, how far you want to jump is also up to you. We can use that as a progression. Maybe day 1, you land and you jump 1 meter. Day 2, you land and then you aim for 2 meters or 1.5 meters. The main aim is that after you leap off the elevation, whether it's a high leap or just a tip below, we do not want to spend much time on the ground before we leap off again. So as we see here again, for me, I choose to just gently jump off the elevation, and immediately once I reach the ground, I jump further. I'm storing all that stretch shortening cycle in my tendon, all that power in my tendon to leap off further away. Up to you how far you want to jump. The main aim is not to spend too much ground contact on the first contact with the ground. And so we have 3 variables here. The first one is how high you want to leap off that elevation. Number 2 is how far you want to land on your first ground contact. And number 3 is how far you want to land on your second ground contact. Everything can be progressed or regressed. Here we see another version of the pogo hops, where we are going from one side to the other. And here it is a quick fire of 2 different ground contact. So you see, 1 contact, 2 contact. And then immediately I turn around, 1 contact, second contact. Now this is very similar to the first one, except that instead of going forward only and going back, we're going forward and backward. And this can be done continuously, meaning you go forward in one direction and immediately you turn back and continue that. So this can be also done as an endurance exercise. It can be used to improve cardiovascular health. But over here, the aim is, once again, to improve that burst of speed while going to learn how to land. Alright, so you can see here, I do not land heavily on the elevation or on the ground. It's almost like a soft little touch on the elevation or my contact with the ground, and immediately I jump off again. So I jump, I land softly and jump off.